SCP-2428 Mr. Mad. Item Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Outside of testing, SCP-2428 is to remain in a secure locker within Hall Redacted of Site Redacted. At the conclusion of any testing, the affected subject is to ingest SCP-2428-2. Description: SCP-2428 is a document created by Group of Interest Dr. Wondertainment, serving as a proof of purchase for the Mr. Mad product of the Little Misters series. Directly viewing SCP-2428 when no other person is under its effect will cause the viewer to perceive a hallucination of a male humanoid, designated SCP-2428-1. View non-anomalous replica of SCP-2428. Wow, you just found yourself your very own Little Mister, a limited edition collection from Dr. Wondertainment. Find them all and become Mr. Collector. 1. Mr. Chameleon. 2. Mr. Headless. 3. Mr. Laugh. 4. Mr. Forgetful. 5. Mr. Shapy. 6. Mr. Soap. 7. Mr. Hungry. 8. Mr. Brass. 9. Mr. Hot. 10. Miss Sweetie. 11. Mr. Life and Mr. Death. 12. Mr. Fish. 13. Mr. Moon. 14. Mr. Red. Discontinued. 15. Mr. Money. 16. Mr. Lost. 17. Hallerton. 18. Mr. Mad. SCP-2428-1 appears to be a male humanoid of Slavic descent, measured at 167 centimeters and an estimated 55 kilograms. SCP-2428-1 wears a multicolored straitjacket, the sleeves of which have been torn off at the elbows, and gray slacks. The words Mr. Mad from Little Misters by Dr. Wondertainment are tattooed above SCP-2428-1's left forearm. SCP-2428-1 is sapient and retains information across affected subjects, though it has no perception of time between manifestations. It is also capable of perceiving and interacting with other hallucinations the subject experiences, regardless of whether they are anomalous. Interviews have confirmed that it can be perceived by other anomalies associated with the Little Misters series, should its host be within their vicinity. Amnestics have proven ineffective at removing the anomalous effects of SCP-2428. However, SCP-2428-1 is able to give the subject a hallucinatory pill of varying appearance, designated SCP-2428-2, which terminates all SCP-2428 effects approximately 5 minutes after ingestion. Addendum: Testing Logs. Purpose: Initial interaction by D-49851 after the discovery of a box marked with Wondertainment branding within the entrance of Site Redacted, which was found to contain SCP-2428 upon D-49851 opening it. Subject: D-49851. Results: SCP-2428-1 is reported as amiable and eager to converse. It claims to have spent approximately 3 years without human interaction based on the date. At the conclusion of the test, SCP-2428-1 is reported to have produced SCP-2428-2 from the left pocket of its slacks and offered it to D-49851. D-49851 ingests it and returns SCP-2428 to its box. SCP-2428 was subsequently catalogued and cleared for further testing. Purpose: Detailed interview. Subject: Dr. Andrea Segerstrom. Results: Display interview snippet. I just sort of was one day. Some of the others said they felt weird, like their brains weren't hooked in right. Sometimes the doctor would have Abe look at them off in his workroom or whatever, and they'd come back a little different. Talk different, look different. Sweetie changed more than that, I remember. But I think the old me, provided there is even an old me, was still pretty much there, here, whatever. So you think you had a life prior to becoming a Wondertainment product? I think so. Hell, if I know what it was, though. I just seem to have a more, I guess you call it stable mental state, which is funny if you think about it. The others all had their little quirks to go with their theme, but I was just the imaginary guy. I mean, sure, I looked the part, but I didn't feel particularly mad. I guess those who are don't, though. Do you think there may have been a reason for that? I saw some stuff when I was around Forgetful. The others seemed to have some kind of reason for being, you know? They had a purpose. I get the feeling Wondertainment made me like this just to see if he could. It doesn't help that I was never really around much. I think I was awake for all of an hour a couple of years ago. And how do you feel following that logic? Shitty, I guess. Like I was made and discarded, and then I wonder if I'm being paranoid. But I can't shake this sense of dependency. Like my very existence is entirely dependent on your mind being abnormal and perceiving me. But what if I don't entirely transfer over? What if I'm just a sort of reflection of the owner in a way, built from their mind, so now I question how real I even am, as unreal as I obviously am. We've done blind tests on that, Mad. We know your memories carry over, regardless of what the owner knows. But that doesn't disprove I'm being altered by the owner. Sure, I may have the same memories, but am I still the same person? Those that read the transcripts will note any inconsistencies. That would require extensive testing across subjects, or owners, rather. So do you think you're not sapient? If I were to have other hallucinations, would you be the subject to them, or simply aware of them? I mean, I wouldn't know the difference for either question. Your hallucinations are no more or less real than this table to me, which you could be hallucinating. And to check whether you are, you would have another person try to interact with it. And then maybe they're also a hallucination, which, from my perspective, still doesn't make any immediate difference. You're the only concretely real thing, regardless of how reliable you are cognitively. I'm only here because of you. So, now what? I don't know. I guess there's no real way to know without testing it. Would you like to test it? I guess so. Haven't really put a whole lot of thought into it before, what I am or what I want. But I guess I can't help what I am. And I think I want to try to leave a mark somehow. Might as well try to help those I know are real, if I can remember to do that next time. Notes: further testing involving subjects suffering from hallucinations and cross-tests with hallucinogenic anomalous objects currently under consideration. Purpose: possible interaction with non-anomalous hallucinations. Subject: D96485, who experiences auditory hallucinations. Results: written statement from D96485. Whenever I'd be near a running AC, I hear someone whispering vague threats to me. So I was put in this room with a vent and given the skip. I talked to Mr. Matt a little. He asked about the voice. So I explained it to him and he stared at the vent for a bit. Eventually he told me to ask for a ladder and screwdriver, so I did, and redacted, brought them in. I tried handing Matt the screwdriver, but he wouldn't take it. He climbed up the ladder and squinted into the vent, but that was it. He came back down and told me not to be scared. So I went up and unscrewed the vent, all while it hissed threats at me. And then the cover popped off. I saw this thing, and I freaked out, almost fell down the ladder, and got down as fast as I could. Mad pats me on the shoulder and goes up, looks kind of surprised, but yanks out this little monster. Little vent goblin keeps going on, and Mad just slowly climbs down the ladder with one hand and walks out to the corner of the room. I don't know what he said, but it sure shut the goblin up for a minute. Mad talked some more, and the goblin nodded. Mad said something else that looked threatening, and then he carried the thing back to the vent and told me to screw the cover back on. Now the thing keeps telling me what a good job I've been doing. Try to look on the bright side. Wonder how long that'll keep up. Notes: the alteration to D-96485's hallucinations has remained 3 weeks after testing, though she has not seen the creature outside of SCP-2428 testing. Her morale has improved significantly, and she has made several requests for other D-Class suffering from similar hallucinations to be transferred to SCP-2428 testing. Purpose: determine what occurs when affected subject dies. Subject D-2428-2, D-2428-3. Results: D-2428-2 is given SCP-2428, while D-2428-3 is supplied with a firearm. D-2428-2 moves in an erratic way when D-2428-3 raises the weapon, causing him to miss the first shot. D-2428-2 appears to struggle against SCP-2428-1 for several seconds before D-2428-3 is able to terminate her. D-2428-3 then views SCP-2428 and after a brief pause raises arms in a defensive position and claims SCP-2428-1 is assaulting him. After a struggle, D-2428-3 appears to grasp something and place it in his mouth. No further aggression occurs in the 5 minutes before the effects of the anomaly ends. Notes: SCP-2428-1 acted uncommunicative in several following tests attempting to force SCP-2428-2 into the affected subject's mouth in 2 instances. Please input credentials. Credentials accepted, displaying clearance cleared, result of cross-anomaly testing. Purpose: interaction with anomalous hallucinations. Subject D-2428 and SCP-1212. Results: for the sake of clarity during cross-testing, an edited log has been included below. SCP-2428-6 views SCP-2428 and explains to SCP-2428-1 the basic nature of SCP-1212, though D-2428-6 is unaware of its lethal nature. He then sits upon SCP-1212, which changes into a metal bar stool with a dull green cushion. Wow, this place is a real shithole. You oversold this place pretty hard, Doc. I don't think, whoops, someone's taking offense to that. Yeah, alright, buddy. Let's have a go. SCP-1212 interaction continues as expected for approximately 4 minutes. Oh hey, Mr. Mad, forgot about you for a minute there. Sorry about that. Grab a drink and have fun. Nah, I'm fine. Having fun. Don't worry about it. SCP-1212 effects continue for approximately 2 minutes. Ah, man, I don't know how much more I can take. I'm barely able to get this. God, look at you, like it's nothing. I might have to. The hell? SCP-1212 effects forces D-2428-6 to motion to take another drink. He chokes slightly, but otherwise finishes without issue. Fuck, okay, I can't stop. Doc, is this supposed to happen? Wait, hell, she can't hear me, or I can't hear her. Whatever. Nah, I can't get up. The right arm of D-2428-6 jerks sideways, likely being pulled by SCP-2428-1. in an attempt to get him out of SCP-1212. After 40 seconds, D-2428-6 stops mid-movement to drink. This isn't working. Maybe it'll end, or the doctors can knock me out, or something. 2 minutes pass, and D-2428-6 drinks twice. Ugh, gonna be sick. Mad, maybe if you knocked me out, would that work? I mean, it can't hurt to— Ow! Okay, it hurt to try. No, don't try again. Wait, what are you— Holy shit! D-2428-6 motions as if grabbing the table or counter in front of himself and leans back. He then shields his eyes and expresses surprise at SCP-2428-1. After 7 seconds, he reacts as if being struck in the arm and is moved as if being dragged from SCP-1212. Get off me, you asshole! D-2428-6 pushes away and swings his fist, apparently connecting with his hallucinated assailant. He motions as if grabbing something nearby and swings his arm, likely using a bottle of alcohol as a weapon. This seems to work as he then turns as if facing another attacker. D-2428-6 continues to mime a fight for approximately 40 seconds before SCP-1212 reverts to its default form. What? Oh, it ended. Holy shit. Yeah, no kidding. Hey Doc, quick. Fuck you for all that. D-2428-6 motions as if taking SCP-2428-2. And Mad wants to know if you have any more tests for him.